Matchstick Men's the only con movie that came out in 2003.
It does feel like there was a bunch of them, but Italian Job was 2002. I think.
No, that's 2003. Is Confidence 2003? No, it's not, is it? With Ed Burns. Everyone forgot about Ed Burns.
Yeah. Oh, Italian Job's 2003.
Ed Burns, Ash Wednesday Burns.
Confidence is 2003. I think you just found a really shitty list or whatever you're looking at.
Yeah, I did. I figured 2003 had a bunch of
heist movies. 2003.
That's what I put in there.
While I'm pulling this up.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the B-movie battle sanctioned by the government of Wonderland. Swear words of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the show. All other swear words are restricted. Wonderland officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the show and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 1 continuous hour. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until the review concludes. Blessed be our Wonderland leaders in America, a nation reborn. B-movie battle is now in effect.
Hello, welcome to Allied Don't B-Movie Battle 76. Nick Cage cast 53 for Matchstick Men from 2003. Phoenix West.
Matchstick it. Dig it.
Hi, Matchstick.
Matchstick Man.
We were discussing before that. I got lost because it was so long. 2003 heist movies. We found 2 of them already. I found another one. This one I've never even heard of. Foolproof, starring Ryan Reynolds and Kristen Booth.
Oh my God, it's like really pre Ryan Reynolds.
He still got the
juggernaut career. Yeah,
still got
this is like Outer Limits. He just got Outer Limits.
Here's the trailer.
Oh my God, this looks like a TV movie. Oh my God, is it the woman from? Oh my God, this gotta be a TV movie.
It's rated R.
That looks ooh, that looks terrible. I'm gonna assume it made $12 at the box office.
I'm gonna go.
I feel like that should have been Canadian. Tom Sizemore is the villain. Of course it is.
Torontoians. That sounds.
I'm gonna steal the gold in this heist film, eh? You better knock that shit off, eh? Oh, we got the R rating. We can't say that.
Oh, in August 2020, Ryan Reynolds debuted a movie streaming service called Mint Mobile Plus, which only streams the movie Foolproof. The service has various categories, but all of them only contain the movie with different posters.
He's a genius. Yes.
That is
pretty funny. You gotta give him credit on that one.
Great. Wow. That's how you make fun of yourself.
Oh yeah.
I pulled up a list of like 2000 heist ones, but I'm not going to go through this. There's a lot of like 2004s.
Yeah, it was around after Matchstick Men, maybe that period of time where there was actual.
80
well, I think you know whose fault it was. Ocean's 11.
Yeah,
I think that opened that was 2001. It opened the door to. It was a big hit, and everybody wanted to do heist movies and con movies. And there was a time where that was like every year there was like 2 or 3 con or sleuth movies. I think it ended around 2007 because I remember Ocean's 13 came out, no one gave a shit, and a movie called Sleuth, a remake with Michael Caine and Jude Law came out, and nobody saw that one. That was a total no one gave a shit English movie.
Fun with Dick and Jane.
I saw it in the theater.
2005, 2002, Femme Fatale.
That's a lesbian.
The National Treasure movie.
No, 2004, starring Nick Cage.
Also,
I
The
won't
Way of the
take
Gun
character.
came out before this.
Yeah, that's more of a crime movie.
Another big one, because of the two actors that were in it, was the score from 2001.
I hate that
Also,
movie.
Bandits from
That movie
2001.
sucks. Bandits is
both suck.
okay. Bandits is okay. I don't remember. I saw it in video years ago, so I don't remember. It might be, but it's on like HDNet like every other day. That's the one that they show on cable 24/7 is Bandits.
You know what's on here is it's under O, Ocean's 11 and Ocean's 13. There is no Ocean's 12.
Apparently, well, we don't want to talk about that one. That one sucks. That one's
12 is the
terrible.
one with Vincent Cassel, right?
Yeah, that's where he's like the French master thief. I'm going to take you. You try to take my place. I'm going to take you. And Vincent Cassel was in everything for a minute there.
Roberts.
Yeah, and then Bruce Willis shows up with his brain working.
I watched that one in the theater, and I was like, "Oh no!"
I saw them all in the theater, and I was like, "Ooh!" I think we saw that one. I think because that came out when we were in film school. It was 2004, so we might have seen that one together. I don't remember either, because that was I remember it being like, "Oh wow, this is the follow-up."
Actually, yeah, now I do remember. We did.
Yeah, I don't.
We saw a lot of bad movies. So,
well, 2004 was a bad year for movies.
Bad, terrible.
2004 was
early 2000s.
Really
I think is possibly the worst. Like, there's some of my favorite movies came out then, but like the popular movies are so bad.
Right. Oh, it's junk.
Because it was before. It was like actors had to go do these things because TV wasn't considered what it is now.
Right.
So they just had to, I'll just do that instead of doing a role I want to do. Okay. Like, case in point, Edward Norton, Italian Job, clearly did not want to be there.
Well, he had to, because he would be
actually
go to prison because he was contractually obligated to it.
Yeah.
So that's why he's pissed off the whole movie.
But I saw that in the theater, Italian Job, and I was like, he does not want to be here. Like, it's so clear. The second
every line he's saying, "Fuck you," he just throws it in there to get the R rating, just to fuck with the production. Fuck you.
It's like, yeah, let's go steal those stupid Italian cars.
Let's go get those little stupid cars. What'd you say, faggot? Like, he's just saying awful words.
Ed.
The N-word like 30
Eddie,
times.
Baby. They need the guy from Die
Hard. Why are you saying
Eddie, Baby. Come on.
Hey, booby. I'll give it to you on a silver platter. Let me tell you something, Paramount. I can get him for you. I'll get Ed Norton for you, no problem. Okay?
You do not know me.
Don't talk to me. And he directed
my first note of this movie of Matchstick
Urban Legends 2. Yes, Magic
is okay. Before I even get to my notes, I saw this in the theater, which I just realized before we started recording was exactly 20 years ago. It's 2003, it's 2023 now, and I haven't seen it since then.
Holy shit! Really?
And I'll just say, I really didn't need to rewatch it because I remember fucking everything about it.
Really?
It's a fairly simple movie. It doesn't try to be too smart for its own good. You don't sit there and watch, we're going to talk about the ending. You don't sit there and watch Sam Rockwell's character like doing the scene. You get it when you watch it.
Yeah.
It's streamlined and it just moves on. And it's really more of a character study of Nick Cage than anything.
Right.
His character.
And that's what makes it good. I like that.
That's what makes it good. It's a great movie.
I agree. I think it's a good movie. It's very good. Who wrote it, though? Is it Tony Gilroy? Is it a Gilroy brother? One of the Gilroy boys write this one? Or Scott
Eric
Frank?
Garcia wrote the book. Nicholas and Ted Griffin wrote the screenplay.
Griffin. Okay, I like it was G's. That's right. Now, it's this is the first movie where Sam Rockwell kind of shines. He's starting to get up in the world. This is after Galaxy Quest, which kind of opened the doors on his career, I think. If he never does the Galaxy Quest, I don't think we ever see Sam Rockwell really take off, honestly. I think Galaxy Quest was the movie that got him blasted through the doors. And he was like he was in a lot of stuff in the early aughts that was like interesting. And then he did the remake of Poltergeist for money.
Before that, because he did why am I blanking on the name? Yeah, Galaxy Quest. Charlie's Angels was another big one for him.
That was
the
a big
movie
one,
wasn't
but
that great. He was fun in it.
Big hit. Yeah, he was fun.
Yeah.
But
Green
that was at the
Mile,
same time as Galaxy Quest. Green Mile, same time as Galaxy Quest. So yeah, I mean, 99, 2000 was the year for him to take off. It was like that was his sort of rookie season, and he kind of took off from there. And now I think he's won 2 Academy Awards.
And if you watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you'll notice he's one of the thugs.
Well, part of the Shredder family.
Yeah.
We're the Shredder family.
God,
yeah, I don't like that movie.
You look back on it.
Even as a kid,
he is great in Green Mile,
like that
though.
movie.
That's the movie.
Oh, he's great in Green Mile, yeah. Give us that cornbread. You want to suck my dick?
Such a piece of shit.
Oh, he's horrible. He's the worst, but he's so great. He's great. And then Alison Lohman, the girl that married one of the guys that did Crank and never acted again.
Okay, that's one of my notes here. Where's Alison Lohman?
Yeah.
I forgot we talked about that.
We did once upon a time, but she was one of those, kind of was hot for a minute, and then she just disappeared.
Yeah,
and I think who cares? She's probably like, you know what? I saw Hollywood, didn't care for it, and I'm done. I had my time. I was fine. I'm happily married, and I don't need to deal with that shit. Why do I have
fucking
to?
Kudos to anyone who feels that way.
Oh, absolutely. Like, she had her time. She's in good movies. Matchstick was a great movie. Driving Me to Hell's a great movie. She's got a couple good gems under her belt.
She's really good in this, actually.
Can't think what else. And she's really good in it. She plays like a 12-year-old, and she's actually what, 8? What?
Big Fish.
No, Big Fish. That's right. That's the other good one. But yeah, she's supposed to play it. She's like playing it. I didn't see it. She's playing a 12-year-old, but she's really 25. Yeah,
she's playing 14. She's 24 in real life.
Right in the because the con
my wife
is well in the movie the con is Nick Cage thinks that's his long lost daughter or something.
The last thing she was in was Officer Down, the Christopher Titus movie that he made about being a cop with people with Down syndrome.
Oh my God. What? He really did that? That was a joke my friend and I had for years. This really happened?
Yeah.
We had a show. We wanted to shit.
Oh, no. Sorry. That's the other one. Officer Down is the Kim Coates movie. But Chris Titus did do a movie.
My buddy.
No, I'll pull up that movie. That's real.
No, yeah. Officer Down is Kim Coates, who's a guy who keeps coming back to life. He's a
Special
cop
Unit
killed.
Is the one that. Okay.
Oh my God. Okay, so this is ridiculous. I thought this was made up. Oh my God. And there's midgets.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That guy too from Mike and Molly.
Oh no. I've never heard of this.
Every time I see Officer Down, because it's spelled Downe, so I think it's this. Because
oh my God.
I think this is almost more insulting of a title. And Christopher Titus talks about this movie. He's like, I get that people will make fun of it, but I love these people and I want to make a movie with them. And he's like coming from a really genuine place. I don't think anyone like tore him apart for it.
Right, because this is like he wrote it, directed it, and starred it.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
It highlights them like crazy from what I've seen. Like it's not making fun of them at all.
Right.
But
no, that's fine.
The thing.
Oh, I would fucking love to do it hands down. Like I don't care about that kind of thing, but people would be offended today. But my friend, his pitch was
2017.
He called it. Oh my God. No. Well, I've never seen it. That's amazing. I need to find this movie.
Yeah.
His pitch was a detective who has Down syndrome, and it was called Downtown. That was his pitch. And he just said, it'd be great, dude. He's solving murderers and rape cases, and he's got Down syndrome. Oh, God. Like, that was a joke. This is real. This really happened. Yes. Oh, my God.
The cop needs to be like
link to that.
Georgetown. So it plays even better with the title, Downtown.
Oh, my God. Yeah, no, that's incredible. I need to send that to him because I don't think we've ever seen that. They stole his idea Christopher
Special
Titus
unit.
overheard us talking in Hollywood in 2007 to 2012 and wrote notes.
That's all it takes. You guys should have acted faster.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Well, he was lazy. He never worked on anything. I wish he was more active. He could have went somewhere. He was just too lazy.
I feel you.
No, he was so lazy he couldn't watch an episode of Justified after work one day. That's how lazy he was. I was like, dude, you want to watch an episode? Nah, I can't do an hour of TV right now. Oh, okay.
Was he working in the coal mines?
You don't do anything. You just sit there and watch it.
Was he working at the theater with you or what?
Yeah, he's working at the ArcLight. I just remember that day he came home. I'm too tired, dude. I just 8-hour shift. I can't do anything I got to think about.
Did he witness a stabbing or what happened that day?
I don't think so. I think he was okay physically.
I just want to go here and stare at the wall.
Pretty much. Give me a minute. I need to relax. I need to just get my bearings. I can't
deal with justice right now.
Drink. I can't do that right now. Justified is just too complicated for me. This is the first season, mind you, where every episode was its own episode. There's no arcs happening.
I think it was because he didn't want to. Every time he saw Timothy Olyphant, he wanted to jerk off. He's like, I can't.
Oh, who wouldn't?
I can't watch that with you, man. Do you have
Speaking
several blankets?
Of that, what's his name? Everett McGill's in this movie. Speaking of jerking off, Everett McGill, Bruce McGill, who's in like 85,000. He's in 85,000 movies a year. This guy.
Yeah,
he just shows.
He was in a lot of movies around then. And then every time I see him, I think back to Animal House, where he's really skinny and doing the.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, that's the same guy.
D-Day. He was D-Day in Animal House. Hey, life is good. He's been
Time Cop.
He's probably been in. Oh, he's in everything. He was a fucking evil racist in Rosewood. He is evil. He plays an
I need to watch that now.
Evil racist. Oh, Rosewood. It's like he's so evil. He just kills everybody for no reason. He just okay. N-word. Shoots people in the head. N-word. Like he's just going full bigot. And it's just like, ooh, it's just disturbing. I think he kills what's her name from Good Times? Don Cheadle's mom, Esther Roll. He kills Esther Roll in the movie. Esther, a white man did it, and they shoot her on the porch. Who did that?
I need to watch that.
And
that's someone with Ving Rhames, right?
Ving Rhames in it. Don Cheadle, one of his first movies, directed by John Singleton. John Voight's in it. McGill. Robert Patrick is the inciting incident of the whole thing. He's in it for like 5 minutes.
Another great character actor movie.
Oh yeah, and who else? James Gunn's buddy, Rourke, or what's his name? Michael Rooker. Michael Rooker's the sheriff. He can't keep anybody from killing people. Well, he's not. He's trying to be a good guy, but he can't handle nothing. He's just terrible. He's just inept, and it's just like, how is he going to stop 10 people with guns from shooting people? He can't do it.
He plays a sheriff and Archer too in an episode in the South. It's great.
Oh, of course.
He's doing that. He's doing his voice. It's great. It's fantastic. Oh. Bruce McGill reminds me a lot of like a whiter Joe Mantegna.
Yes,
they're very similar actors.
Yeah, and they're in equal amount of things. Yeah.
Yes.
Michael Mann uses them a lot.
Works more than Joe Mantegna, I think. But he's made far less money just because of Simpsons.
Well, Mantegna also did that Criminal Minds show for 25 years.
Yeah, that's also
that's still on, for Christ's sake. They brought that show fucking back.
My wife's watching it. She's like,
I don't understand it.
I got a feeling he's gonna die because he gets kidnapped or something at one point. And I'm like, well, he's like 78 years old. He probably will. Like, they might as well kill him off. He's not going to be around the next 10 years.
Let me off the show. God damn, I can't leave.
Joe Mantegna is way older than people think he is. He just looks good for his age.
He's in a great movie called the David Mamet movies. He's in a bunch of Mamet movies. He's good buddies with Mamet, and he puts him in all of his movies. House of Games was in 1984, I think. David Mann's first movie. He's in it. He's awesome. He's great. Plays a scumbag. You think he's a good dude. He ends up being just the biggest scumbag in the world. It's great. It's wonderful. And then he gets killed.
We should probably talk about Matchstick Men.
Matchstick Men, talking about House of Games.
Yes.
Really,
I mentioned the theater
Ridley
thing.
Scott, a subdued Ridley Scott. Yeah.
How many times have you seen this movie?
You saw it in the theater? I think 3 times.
Okay.
Roughly.
I've seen bits and pieces here and there since then, but never sat down and watched it. And I have most Nick Cage movies that I like. I've seen them a bunch, like Raising Arizona, but I watched that growing up. That's different. Right. Like even, I don't know, a later movie even National Treasure I've seen like 6 times just because it's always fucking on. You never see this movie on anywhere. My first note is, first of all, Nick Cage has tics and he's got OCD and he takes pills for it. And the first thing I noticed is when he's buying the tuna cans and the cigarettes is they're Territon cigarettes. And that's the same cigarettes my dad smoked. Oh, I'm like, wow, God. He's the other person.
Oh my God.
And then I looked up this amazing campaign ad that Territon cigarettes had. And this is incredible. It's a whole series of these.
Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Us Territon smokers would rather fight than switch. It's a bunch of women with black eyes.
That's amazing.
And a man with black eye. It
looks
like they're being beat by their husbands.
That is fantastic.
This is a famous one that you see. I've actually used this one before.
Oh my God. I love my husband and my Territons. Holy shit, that's incredible.
I mean, they did this for a while. Like, this is their thing.
What a wonderful era. I miss this time so much. Where you had cigarette ads and wife beating, and it was all just fun and games.
There's so many of them.
Look at that. Oh my God.
This was not a one-off. This was a thing they did forever.
This is an ad campaign that went on for 10 years.
Well,
what a wonderful time.
Some of these are 85 or listen.
What a
70s
time.
looks like.
You know, we went to the moon because of these
more. It keeps going. I can bring up more and more and more.
Look at that. Now people. Oh, so I heard a horrible horror story that's an indicative of our future with society.
There's an old lady.
So my dad was doing some kind of real estate thing, and a guy had to come in and brought his son in to sign paperwork. He didn't know how to sign a document because he doesn't use a pen because he's never been taught how to write. So he doesn't know how to sign anything. So they had to tell him, you have to write your name on this line. And he's like, how do I write my name? Like, he didn't know how to write his own name on a document.
That's a one-off.
No. This is your future. This is the world we live in.
I have kids. The 5-year-old knows how to write her name.
I understand that. But there's more people out there than just your family. They're out there. They can't. I mean, it's fucking scary. There he is. There's Territon, Mr. Territon himself, Rod Serling. I beat my wife to smoke outside.
But I was like, isn't it? Every time I move my leg, my camera turns off. This is fun.
Uh-oh. There you go.
But okay, so I was like, he has OCD, and he forgets his pills for the day or dumps it on the garbage disposal, and so he freaks the fuck out and starts cleaning everything in his apartment. He looks like he has Dexter's apartment, by the way.
Yes, he does.
He's cleaning, but the whole time he's smoking. The entire time, the whole movie, really, he's smoking. This is one of the most smoke-filled movies I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, he's just sitting there without an ashtray. I'm like, this seems like it's counterintuitive for an OCD person to be constantly smoking.
Mm-hmm.
It's messy
because he doesn't really have OCD, though.
Yes,
that's the thing.
Is that supposed to be a sign?
It's I think that's the sort of giveaway that the reason it's the guilt, and that's why at the end of the movie he's able to let it all go and he's fine. And that's what this was always about. And at the end of the day, it's like actually Sam Rockwell is probably the best friend he ever had, who betrayed him and took everything he had, which was great.
It didn't seem like he was going to live that much longer.
Yeah, it's a very simple story too. It's basically a con man gets conned by the con, and that's basically it. Like that's the movie. And Alison Lohman is the audience who is taking us through what they do. She's basically the Greek chorus telling us the exposition, all that stuff, how this stuff goes down, and then
audience
Sam Rockwell's there for pretty much, and then we just see it's all Sam Rockwell's master plan, and and it works really, because it doesn't. Yeah,
go ahead. Sorry.
Well, it's just you'd think like, oh, it's kind of like one of those movies where you think there'd be like a revenge angle at the end, but it just ends with Nick Cage kind of like being happy, finding another life for himself, an honest one, because he ends up marrying the girl at the counter at the store, Kathy, who's married to
checkout girl,
who's married to the guy, the lawyer from Seven, and that character actor.
Oh, really?
They're married, I guess. Yeah. She was in a movie called The Blue Dancing at the Blue Iguana, where she was naked the whole movie. She's in that movie. I think it's a Mike Figgis film, the same guy that did Leaving Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I think it's Mike Figgis. It might not be, but that was a movie where she talked about like she was naked the whole movie, so everybody on set was naked, even Mike Figgis. So it's like, ew, that's gross. But other than that, she's pretty good, and she's kind of like that. She's got that quasi middle-aged sexy thing going on.
Richard Schiff,
that's who she married. Yeah, I don't know if they're married still, but they were married for a time. I don't know if they stay up together. Everybody divorces these days. I can't keep up with it.
Yeah.
I've stopped reading those gossip magazines because it's just not worth it.
Before we get too off subject, talking about Sam Rockwell's plan when you really think about it, it's really a convoluted plan.
Yes, it is.
But that's what makes it work, is because he is Cage's protege. Like, he's learning the ropes with Cage here, who's been doing this a long time. He's got money stashed away everywhere. They keep showing the dog in the opening credits because it's important later.
Yeah.
But it's a convoluted plan, but it doesn't really matter because they don't focus any amount of detail on how he pulled this off, because it doesn't fucking matter. He pulled it off is what matters.
It's like you said, it's a character study.
Yeah, and it does make sense. His plan does make sense. It's just the movie doesn't. Like, we're not gonna do the usual suspects thing and like flashbacks like Fight Club. It doesn't fucking matter. That's not what this movie's about.
Yeah,
and it just moves on to Cage, and he is at the carpet store, and Alison Lohman comes in, and you recognize her. Yeah. She's dating Marty from Cabin in the Woods.
Try her loser boyfriend.
Yeah, I was really like God, he's in this.
Yeah, let's get it for the carpet. Let's get it for the living room.
I gotta go get your wallet in the car. I'll be gone for 12 minutes while you have a long ass discussion.
I'll be outside. I know where my place is.
Yeah, he even recognizes something's off between them. He's like, anyway, so I'm thinking it's like dark for the dog.
Right.
But they even do a thing where he leaves. He's like goes back to work after she leaves, and they load up the disgusting leopard print carpet in the car, and she's like, and then he watches them leave. And when you're used to movies like this, you're like, oh, he's planning something.
Right.
He goes home and he just hugs his pregnant wife.
Yeah, that's it. He's not smoking. Over. He's not doing anything. He
genuinely doesn't give a fuck.
He's having pot roast at home with his baby mama, and they're probably going to watch Criminal Minds after this.
And he's fine with it.
Dinner, and he's happy as a clam. He's great. And that's what's nice about it. It's a nice movie. Yeah. It's a nice, simple, kind of straight up movie, and there's no sort of ill will toward anybody. Everybody got what they kind of deserved in a way, because they put it in the time for this con life. So he gets what he deserves, but at the end, he's like, he knows that, and he's fine with it.
He even has that line
nice movie
where he's talking to the therapist,
who's not a real therapist.
Yeah, but he has a line when he's talking to him, and he goes, "I don't take the money from the people; like, they give it to me." And he goes, "However you want to justify it." And later on, when Alison Lohman, he's like, "You didn't take my money; I gave it to you." And she's like,
"Yeah,"
because she got fucked out of the money too by Sam Rockwell.
Right? Yeah.
And so, and you think it's like him being like, I think, it's the way it feels in the moment is like he says that, but he doesn't mean it. But then you realize, oh, he actually does mean that.
Yeah,
He's fine now.
He's fine with it. He doesn't care. He's glad to be out of that life, because I think that was the whole point. And I think he figures that out as the movie goes on. That I'm so fucked up. It's the guilt. It's the I can't stop being this because I don't know what else to be. But why wouldn't I be this person?
And it makes you wonder if that doctor was actually a doctor because he gave him the correct advice.
Right.
If he happened to be right that he wasn't actually suffering from anything.
He was probably a therapist that lost his license, and Sam
Yeah.
Rockwell kind of was like, "Yeah, well, if you'll make some money, I can get
Gambling debt or something like that.
So I'm sure.
Yeah.
Who knows? It's probably like a novel. This is based on a novel, probably, and the whole subplot of the therapist is like a pedophile and a weirdo, and Sam Rockwell finds them, and Bruce McGill's an even worse pervert.
What is this playing?
Pervert racist.
Yeah. It's playing. I mean, on Matchstick Men on IMDb, it's playing like Justin Long as Robin in a little scene here. What the fuck is this playing? What is this?
Are you sure this isn't Ezra Miller? You're confusing him with Ezra Miller?
It's Justin Long.
Oh my god. What the hell is this? It's like some weird fan fiction porno.
Bigger question is, why won't it play anymore now that I've called attention to it?
It knows you're listening. The AI is there.
Okay, whatever.
I don't think it's... I don't know.
Sam Rockwell is the Batman. So it's Sam Rockwell and Justin Long. Okay. What the fuck is this?
Justin Long is Rob. What?
Robin's Big Days.
Oh, it must be.
What is happening?
Must be a joke. It's like a short film.
Yeah.
This has got to be old. Look at that. It's got a flip phone. This is old. Yeah. This is when Justin Long was starting out. Holy shit. Wow.
Met up with Sam Rockwell and they were drunk and came up with this idea.
I think that was before Sam Rockwell was anything. That flip phone was like 2000.
Yeah, probably before around this time.
It had to be mini DV. That wasn't even HD. That was mini DV.
Yeah, bad.
Ooh, wow. That's hilarious. What does IMDb do to you? That's ridiculous.
I do want to mention that Sam Rockwell is my favorite actor.
Oh, he's wonderful.
Him and Gary Oldman, and I think they're very similar actors, which
is
weird that they're 1 and 2 in my book.
No.
And then Denzel's number 3. He's kind of a...
Has Rockwell won more than one Oscar?
I don't know.
I think he's won 2. I want to say he's won 2, but I might be wrong. I know he's been nominated a few times.
Best supporting actor, best supporting actor. That's it.
He's won for billboards, and that's it. Is there anything else?
He won for... is it going to tell me?
It should.
You think it would?
What a bunch of shit. Showing you Justin Long as Robin short films and nothing about Sam Rockwell's career.
What movies did Sam Rockwell win an Oscar for? Christ.
Computer.
3 Billboards and...
Is that it?
That's it.
That's it. Okay. He's probably nominated a few times.
Yeah.
He should have won for a little movie called Moon.
He nominated for Vice. And that he won for 3 Billboards.
Okay, there you go. He'll be nominated again.
Even though he... In Iron Man 2, which is a movie I don't really care for that much. I like it. He's great in it. He's one of those guys where no matter how stupid the movie is, he's always great to see.
You want your bird? You want your bird?
Yeah. One of my favorite movies is something we should talk about in Hollywood is Dead is Confessions of a Dangerous Mind.
Oh, absolutely.
Fan-fucking-tastic in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But he's really good in this movie, and he never has a scene on camera where he does the turn. Like that's what's unique about this movie is they don't have a face-to-face. You don't see him talk about his grand plan. It's just a handwritten letter stuffed inside a dog that says, "Hey, fucked you over, man. Enjoy the gift," or that was in the letter. And he found $100 inside the safe deposit box, and that's it.
Well,
what if Cage didn't sign her on as a co-signer for the safe deposit box?
Well, there's a lot of holes. Like, a lot of things have to line up.
That's what I said. Don't focus on that. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, just like Casino. Why did he make her the sole beneficiary of $2 million in cash and it was in Los Angeles, and she drives from Vegas to Los Angeles in like 10 minutes. So I don't know how that works. Because if you watch Casino, they're putting that money in the deposit box in L.A. It's not Las Vegas. Yeah, it's Los Angeles. Yeah, it's Los Angeles.
It's supposed to be L.A. though.
Yeah, it says Los Angeles.
Okay.
And then because it's money in a bank in a safety deposit box, like a bunch of cash, and then all of a sudden she's in LA getting the money, and the FBI pulls her over, and then they get there. So I don't know. Maybe there's a deleted scene where they move the money to Vegas, but I don't know.
Maybe.
I
never thought about where the safe deposit box was, honestly. So
I could be
guess
wrong.
That's all they bank on.
Maybe I misthink this, but I've watched it a million times, so I'm pretty sure it's Los Angeles.
See,
it's one of those plot holes.
That's where you get how great movies are, is how intricate Casino is compared to this movie, and they're both great movies.
Yeah.
Like, this movie has not a lot going on, but definitely enough to keep your interest. I don't want to make it sound boring at all. It's not. Just the plot is streamlined. It's very simple. You know what's going on. You're never confused.
It's a Ridley Scott movie.
Yes.
It's like Ridley Scott did this after Gladiator. It's like, what? And Black Hawk Down.
This is definitely my favorite Ridley Scott movie.
Yeah. Well, I like Ridley Scott. He's made maybe 5 great movies. The rest of them are like, meh.
Do you like Tony Scott or Ridley Scott more?
I think I like Ridley Scott more. But Tony Scott was fun. Too bad he killed himself. Tony Scott was like Denzel's boy. Like, oh man, Tony Scott and Denzel could make a movie.
That's more why I like Tony Scott more.
You're right.
He just had more with it.
Yeah. So, I mean, taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3 remake was kind of like, that was like stupid. That wasn't worth the movie to watch.
Well, he did 2 fucking train movies in a row.
Unstoppable.
Like,
that was not a very good movie. That was an okay movie.
Yeah, I mean, he did some bad movies, but Man on Fire is fucking incredible.
Man on Fire is a classic.
Deja Vu is good.
Deja Vu's fun. Deja Vu is pretty good.
Okay.
Spy Game I like. I like Spy Game. Spy Game.
Crimson Tide. True Romance I love. Last Boy Scout I love.
True. Oh yeah, those are fun.
Beverly Hills
Definitely True Romance.
I'm looking at.
And that was Ridley Scott's idea, or Tony Scott's idea for True Romance, to shoot it chronologically, because it was a non-linear script.
Yeah, because fucking Tarantino.
Yeah, it was Tarantino. But Tony Scott was like, "Well, I thought it needs to be in congruent order, and I'm not going to kill Christian Slater."
But he's worked with Gary Oldman. He's worked with Denzel.
Oh, yeah.
2 out of 3 guys. Like that. I think that's why more I like him. And feels a little more. He feels like he's having more fun with the movies. Ridley Scott feels a little more just kind of, here's the movie. We don't deviate from that. There is no such thing as fun. And it's like, like The Martian comes out and you're like, this movie's so fucking bland. It won Best Comedy for
don't try to figure that one out. It just was a big hit at the time. It was, I think, Ridley Scott's biggest movie.
I liked it. It was fine.
It's his biggest hit. Okay. Like, that movie made a lot of money. It just was one of those movies that just stuck to the zeitgeist and wouldn't go away. And people were just like, "Oh my god, it's so great!" And then now everyone forgets that it even exists.
I haven't seen most of these recent movies. Like, I don't know what the fuck. Like, The Last Duel, I didn't see.
I didn't see. No.
The Journey. Oh, it's a short. Sorry. All the Money in the World. No,
I didn't see that one either.
I did see Alien Covenant. I liked it.
I liked Alien Covenant more than I hate Prometheus.
I liked it more than Prometheus for sure. Martian, I saw in the theater.
Martian, I saw. That's fine.
Exodus, didn't see.
I didn't see Exodus.
Vatican TV movie.
Didn't see that one.
The Counselor was one of those movies that had like 50 stars in it, and it looked awful.
Hated it. It's terrible. I hate the Counselor.
Robin Hood never gave a shit about.
Robin's terrible.
Body of Lies didn't bother. Okay, American Gangster.
Fine.
I like American Gangster more than that.
Is good. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I like that movie a lot. Goodyear didn't bother. Kingdom of Heaven didn't bother.
That's fine. Yeah, I
don't like Black Hawk Down nearly as much as everyone else, but I need to rewatch it. That's on me.
Black Hawk Down is very good. I just rewatched that. It's a very good movie. It's very good.
I've only seen it once when it came out.
Yeah.
Hannibal, I just rewatched recently.
It's pretty okay. All right. It's fine. It's very generic. You know.
Gladiator is really good. I guess I do like Gladiator more than Matchstick.
Okay.
G.I. Jane.
What about Black G.I. Jane? Not really. It's fine. Thelma and Louise.
White Squall, 1492. Thelma and Louise.
White Squall.
Black Rain. This came on the other. When you watch, what movie did we watch a couple weeks ago? I was watching it, and the program I was watching on automatically defaults to Black. Oh, it was Virtuosity. I was watching that.
Right.
It just changes to Black Rain during the credits. And I'm like, I didn't want. Why? I wanted to watch the credits. I'm like, actually watch the credits for things.
I don't know how you could. put those two movies together?
I don't know.
Black
Obviously,
Rain,
Alien, blah blah blah.
Alien, Blade Runner.
See, when I list all his movies, clearly Ridley Scott has the better catalog, but not for me personally. I prefer
Right? No. Yeah. Well, Blade Runner was a big bomb. Legend was a big bomb. Ridley Scott only survived because he did whatever the studios told him to do.
Yeah.
He doesn't really bulk the system at all. He doesn't really rock the boat because they told him, "Look, Legend, you got to recut this whole thing. We're gonna make it our way." Okay. And you got to change the soundtrack. Okay. Like he doesn't care. It's just like, yeah, I'll do whatever you want. I don't care. You're paying me to do the job. And he's just a professional.
His
and
Exodus.
That's what I get from him.
His quotes. People were like fucking racist when because he cast 2 white dudes.
Right.
And he goes, I can't get this movie funded with casting 2 like Muhammad, blah blah blah, and so
right.
on.
Yeah. Exactly.
People are like, and I'm like, he's right. It sucks that he's right, but he is right.
Well,
he's not thinking about your feelings. He's thinking about, I can't get this movie made with those guys.
Right, yeah.
Like, I think he would if he could.
Look, he could have got Riz Ahmed.
Who?
Exactly. Riz Ahmed, exactly, yeah. Good actor. No one knows who he is.
You could have got the RZA?
He was the bad guy in the Venom movie.
The first one?
Yeah, the first one. Not a good movie.
I completely forgot that movie.
Don't worry, everyone else did too.
I have
Which
not
is
seen
why,
the second one either.
Why the second one made so much money, because everyone forgot how bad the first one was. Like, oh, these movies suck. And they're like, yeah, I don't want to watch these movies anymore. They're terrible.
Didn't mind the first.
But Tom Hardy is so good. No, it's because Tom Hardy. Hardy is.
You just reminded me that I watched the first hour of Morbius, or I have half an hour left, and I just realized I didn't finish it. And I feel
it's on Netflix, isn't it?
Usually I hate when I don't finish a movie. I'm like, I gotta watch that, I gotta finish. This one, I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't finish that, did I? I just made up an ending, I think, or didn't care. I didn't mind it. I actually didn't mind Morbius. It was stupid, but
I forgot that was even on streaming. I could watch it. I forgot about that movie. Yeah, I forgot about that movie.
I don't like Jared Leto.
No.
But he's fine. He's Jared Leto in the movie. Like,
hi, what do you want me to do about it? Hi. He was a singer. What's his shitty band? 40 Days to Mars.
Nothing.
40 Days to the Martian.
30 Seconds to Mars.
That's it.
Whose first 2 albums are fucking great, and then the rest is nonsense. When he started it, I'm so fucking deep, because they're like rock songs, the first 2 albums, and then it turns into like
pop, more like sugar pop or something.
But their first album,
I want to put my heart
It sounds like Perfect Circle led with Jared Leto.
Oh,
like their first album.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
The first, not the popular one. The second album is the one that's popular.
Right. Well, he's a smart businessman, because I guess he's a multimillionaire on his investments. I guess he invests in tech and shit. He's made like hundreds of millions of dollars. The guy's loaded. He's got nothing but money, and he can do whatever he wants. That's why I think he is the way that he is. I think he's taking a piss. Like, the acting is like whatever. He's just like, it's a joke. I'll take whatever part they give me money. I don't care.
I think I would like hanging out with him. Yeah, be fine.
I think he'd be a fun guy. Yeah,
I think he's way too into himself, and that's what bothers me about him. I'm like,
well, he might want to fuck you.
Vampire thing.
He's a freak. He's a freak show. He might fuck you in your sleep.
Fine, that's fine.
But he is very pretty, so it's like, ooh, you know what? That's kind of an honor. You are very pretty, Jared. All right, come on in. Come on.
When the ego's out of control, it doesn't matter how attractive you are to me. It's just that's disgusting.
I would love you forever. I'm Jared Leto. In stilettos.
You sound like Sting. Is that what you're doing?
I'm Sting. I want to sing a song about my friend Jared.
All right.
The desert rain. Oh, it's wonderful. I did the Three Musketeers song. Remember that one?
I remember Gordon. Yes.
My name's Sting.
Okay, sorry.
Where's your friend? No G word. No G word here.
No, I'm not Gordy.
I'm going to talk to my buddy Edge. I'm talking to my friend The.
Yeah.
The
Mr.
Edge. Hello, The Edge.
I don't have a whole lot of notes for this movie. It's literally,
It's a great movie to watch. If you haven't seen it,
her first con, which has character actress from like Speed and Donnie Darko. What's her name? Beth Grant.
Sparkle Motion.
Yeah. Sometimes
Sparkle Motion.
You remember the Sparkle Motion. She's great in that movie. In Speed, she's the dumb lady who jumps off or gets blown up. And
she's off the bus. And
she's in everything.
She's in No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, she's in
Mexican in a suit. Now seen everything. You know,
she has 1,000 movies on her belt.
Yeah,
so does Jenny O'Hara. In the beginning, she's the first couple that they scam.
Right.
She plays the devil in the movie Devil. The M. Night movie.
Oh, right. Yes, that awful movie. That awful concept where they said, hey, M. Night, you got a lot of stupid ideas for scripts. How about we just make them and we'll give you millions of dollars? Okay. And we have another director direct it, and it's just based on your stupid ideas. And guess what? It was a franchise that was one movie. It was Devil. That was it. And
but I can watch that movie over and over because it's so stupid.
It stars the guy
everyone is trying so hard.
It stars the guy that could be Tom Hardy's twin. That one guy, he's in Prometheus.
Logan Marshall Green.
Logan Marshall Green. He's in a lot of stuff. He's like, is that fucking Tom Hardy's stand-in? Who is this guy?
He's in Big Sky now, and he's like really fit.
Really?
He doesn't look anything. He doesn't look nearly as much like Tom Hardy anymore.
Okay.
Weird, because you think he would look more because his body looks more like Tom Hardy, but it makes his face look different.
Well, he was in Upgrade, which was actually really good.
Yeah,
Upgrade was really good.
Seen that, but
Upgrade's actually a really good movie. I was kind of shocked. I was like, wow, this movie is actually really good. It was really well done for a low budget.
Similar movie, the Ving Rhames movie. No, not Ving Rhames. Vin Diesel. Sorry.
Oh, Bloodshot.
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
Really?
Well, I was like, this is going to be so stupid. And I watch him like, that's fine.
I was scared because that's what the last movie that came out before they shut down theaters. And so like I was in a funk where I was like, am I going to live in a world where the last film that ever came out in theaters was Bloodshot starring Vin Diesel? Like that was the last #1 movie that ever came out. I was like, oh my God, this is a horrible time for society.
And then Christopher Nolan came to the rescue.
Well, kind of. And then he fucked up his whole release system, and he left Warner Brothers. He was so pissed off he's never going to work with Warner Brothers again. And Warner Brothers is in fucking trouble, but they're in deep shit. But maybe Michael Keaton will save him in the new Flash movie. Everyone's excited. Everyone's bonerific on that one.
I can't believe they're actually releasing that with Ezra Miller being a lunatic.
They said, I guess they saying that movie is actually really good.
It looks good. Said, I want to see it.
They said it's like Michael Keaton and it works, and it's like, oh shit, this is going to be a big hit if we could get it out and it comes out. I think Michael Keaton's going to be the reason why it makes so much money.
You and I would watch 50 more movies with Michael Keaton as a 70-year-old fighting crime.
Yes.
I would watch. Absolutely. He's my favorite Batman still.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he'd be great.
I like when I think Batman, I still picture 89 Batman.
Yeah. And I just think it's funny. They had that comparative picture where it was Michael Koff, 1989, 73 years old, Alfred. 2023, Flash, Batman, Michael Keaton, 73. Like, oh my God. He's 73 years old.
He looks fantastic.
He looks like he can live another 40 years. Like the guy, fuck. I hope he does.
He's not British.
No, well, it's there.
That helps.
That helps.
And he was born 30 years later.
It helps that he worked out and was physically fit for Desperate Measures. That movie with Andy Garcia in 1999 or 1997, 95, something like that.
It's 95, 96.
That's another movie. Hey, we should watch Desperate Measures and bring that one up. That's actually a fun.
Is that the one where he's a doctor?
No, he's a serial killer, and he has the same blood type as Andy Garcia is the cop that puts him away, and he has the same blood type as his son. So his son has to have a surgery.
Okay, there's the surgery.
Michael Keaton and he escapes during the surgery because he's a genius. He's like Hannibal Lecter, and it's like
I remember a surgery scene. I thought he was the doctor.
No, he's the criminal with the same blood type. That's how hackneyed that plot is. That's a '90s movie for you right there. Fucking that plot. Only in the '90s could that plot exist.
It's like those the era of the '90s movies. It was that and Chain Reaction.
Yeah.
And those like weird
experimental action movies.
Yeah, experimental tech movies. There were 1,000 of them.
Johnny Mnemonic, the net.
Hey, that one has a psychic dolphin in it. You leave that one alone.
We're gonna take it to your low-tech style. Low-tech style.
Do you like the Bruce McGill storyline in this movie?
It works. It's for the film. It's basically expository. That's all it is. Because he's just an actor. He's just another character in Sam Rockwell's master plan, and he's another con guy.
When you think about his plan, they do it so fucking well.
Yeah,
I think it's the best part of his plan because it is very controlled. The Alison Lohman stuff seems, I don't know how the fuck you plan all that. Like that part really doesn't make much sense.
It's suspension of disbelief. I mean, you have to, and that's
why I really like
the
Bruce McGill stuff where they're in the airport and he back problems and make him sit over there, and you think he's doing that just because, but really Bruce McGill knows he needs to face his back that way.
Right? Yeah.
Like it's all planned out, and the switch. It's
it's well done. It's a fun movie. It's a good movie.
And I really feel
one of those underrated movies
when it shows up at Heather's place, his ex-wife.
Right.
And I think he knows before he even asks, but he still has to ask. Right. He's like, "Is she in there?" She's like,
"Who are you talking about?
What the fuck you talking about, man?"
And
he's just like,
I think it would have been better if Sparkle Motion was his ex-wife. You looking for your daughter? She's not here. You never had a daughter. I couldn't have kids. I was 62.
Sometimes I doubt your commitment to Allison.
Oh, God. Oh.
I want to get off this bus. What? Are you stuck in the past?
Yes, it's my best hits. It's my biggest hits. It's like that. She's like that lady from Troll 2. Have you ever seen that documentary, The Greatest Worst Movie? With that one actress who thinks she's still going to get acting jobs. Best worst movie. She's like lost in her own mind. And you're just like, oh, I feel so sorry for her. And there's so many actors, like so many actresses like that. Probably there's just like they never got that. They were probably 2 steps away from that one big gig that would change their life. They never got it, and yet they still live in that moment of that. I was 2 steps away from being, Speed. I was 2 steps away from being Kirstie Alley on Star Trek, or whatever.
And the shitty thing is, the people who are successful learn to forget that stuff.
Yeah.
And if you're not successful, that's your fucking life. Like, wrap it up. But you need to realize you're 2 steps away, but it probably still wasn't going to work out.
Probably
that's the reality of it.
Yeah.
And that's
you're lucky to have what you
left
get.
LA because I'm like, everyone's fucking miserable in this city.
Oh, they are. Yeah.
Everyone sucks here.
Well, like I said, my buddy told me when he was working on with a Viola Davis show, that awful shitty show he was working on. He was dealing with Viola Davis, and Viola Davis goes, I have 2 people on my phone I could call right now, Meryl Streep and Will Smith, 2 of the most famous actors and most successful. She goes, do you think they're happy? And he goes, I don't think so. They're not. They're miserable. This is not, this is not a life to envy. And like she was talking about, she goes like, this is just, it's a nice job to have, but it's still, these are just normal people in these situations. There's nothing magical about it. It's just a job, but just, they're still got their hangups like normal people do. And it's like fucking millionaires kill themselves all the time. Like successful people blow their brains out or take fucking overdose of pills.
Everything they say gets scrutinized to death. Especially nowadays. Like,
fuck yeah.
You say one fucking thing and you're wrong, and you get nonstop harassment. And it's like,
right.
How? Like, I remember I sat down with a therapist once, and I was talking about, like, speaking of this movie, talking about, he's like, don't you want to like be famous with this stuff? And I'm like, no. He's like, why not? I was like, it looks fucking miserable. Like, you can't leave your house. Like, to be uber famous or even semi-famous, like, everyone recognizes you everywhere you go and says stuff and wants to take, like, oh, this sounds like a fucking nightmare. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, imagine not feeling comfortable anywhere because you get that shit. It sounds so
I know you.
Yeah, you have to have an entourage of people, and I don't want that.
Yeah, I saw that. Fucking Jesse Eisenberg with his entourage.
I don't want a fucking turtle hanging around.
A bunch of I got a vodka to sell. Let's make some vodka tea, or whatever his name was. Well, I don't know. I can't remember that show.
That one guy that was in DiCaprio's Pussy Posse. What was his name?
Lucas Haas.
Yeah, and then who's that? You get those kind of guys to hang out with you all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Oh God. Well, I like DiCaprio a little bit because he's just kind of funny. I think he's kind of the one guy who gets it right. but I can't. It's like Jonah Hill goes, he tried to get me to watch The Mandalorian. I couldn't do it. I don't like Jonah Hill goes, I don't like Star Wars, but DiCaprio's a huge nut for Star Wars, and
I like
he's
DiCaprio.
like, no, you got to watch it. It's great.
Yeah.
He goes, no, dude, I couldn't watch this shit. I don't like it. But
you and I are the perfect age to hate DiCaprio because
Titanic.
In our adolescence,
Titanic
came out, and it seems like we should envy him and hate him for that.
No,
but I really do love DiCaprio.
I think it's good. He made some good career choices for himself. I'm kind of shocked.
Oh fuck yeah,
he's done some good movies. He's fine. Yeah, I mean, he's not the greatest actor, but
he's the greatest at choosing his roles.
Yeah, no, for sure.
The man knows how to read a fucking script.
Yeah,
and know what he can make out of it.
His project's right. Yeah,
him and Tom Cruise are phenomenal at that.
Yeah,
they see the potential in the things that could be, and they work their muscles there to get it to be that way. And both those guys are super successful at that. But and neither one of them are like an amazing actor.
No,
but they choose the roles that I can do this. Right. And then every once in a while you'll see the Jagger, and you're like, yeah, you stepped out of bounds there, DiCaprio.
Yeah,
that
one. Sorry, Army Hammer. He'll blame that on Army Hammer. He can get away with that now. Army Hammer was the reason. He's a fucking freak show.
He said he'd eat me if I didn't do the script.
He said he'd eat my brain and keep a piece of my finger in his pocket. He's a fucking freak. He's gonna break my Luke Skywalker with the extended lightsaber. That thing's rare. He's fucking crazy.
You know who I wish was more selective with his scripts?
Sam Rockwell, Nick Cage. Nick Cage. Hey, Nick Cage will just say, "Yes, I'll do it."
Well, I think
where's he going to shoot?
Cage
I'll do it.
He doesn't pull his muscle the way the other guys do, because he's not that big of a star. But I think you need to be more selective.
Well, okay.
Not paying your taxes will.
I think this is what happened with Nick Cage. When he should have been smarter when he was at his height in the 90s, but he did a bunch of action movies. Because I think Next was a big, like, why did you do that movie? That was a terrible movie. Like that era, Ghost Rider. It's like, if you're going to do a superhero movie, do it with a better script. Like, make that movie work. Because it could have been really good. Ghost Rider's terrible.
Ghost Rider 2 is fun.
Ghost Rider 2 is better than Ghost Rider 1.
Directed by Alison Lohman's future husband.
Exactly. Bringing him into this.
I think he was.
He's one of them.
Right?
Neville Dean and Taylor, he's one of them. Yeah. He's like either Taylor or Neville. I don't know. But those are two guys that went to our school, too. They went to our school for like 6 weeks and said,
Brian Taylor went.
Yeah.
And I think she married Neville Dean, right?
Something
we talked about this. We went into detail, and I completely forgot about that.
I know. Yeah, it's a long story. They did Gamer. You ever see Gamer, that movie with Gerard Butler and Dexter?
Yeah,
Dexter's in it. That's a wacky movie.
It's what?
Yeah, that's a wacky movie.
It is, but it's like they tried to do Crank again because people
exactly. Yeah.
Felt forced, but it's not terrible. It's just
I'll go get juiced up. Oh wait, this is Gamer.
It was in that mid 2000s or like 2005, 2010 era, which is just after this era that we're talking about, which is the crime stuff. And it became like sleaze because Grindhouse was big.
Yeah.
And then you get the sleaze factor involved and Crank, and you get a lot of that sort of stuff. Like what's the other one? The Eli Roth one. The Saw movies were coming out.
Cabin Fever, Hostel.
Hostel, yeah, Hostel's the one where you got the sleaze, you got the Grindhouse sleaze.
Well, it's the porn. It was the torture porn.
Yeah,
Saw movies.
There's also shares similarities with the Crank movies, which is just sleaze mixed with action.
Right. Yeah,
and it just kind of bled over. And
I'm so glad
that's better than this period of early 2000s, which was just
horrible,
poor attempts at remaking, like you said, Ocean's 11. Just the carbon copies of it that just failed miserably. But this one doesn't, because it was a character study, not about the heist. The heist is hindsight, because by the time you realize there was a heist, we never see the character again who did the heist.
Right,
he's off screen.
He's successful off screen. He's done.
And you don't need the follow up. They don't have a post credit sequence where he's on a yacht and it sinks.
And Nick Cage is over his head with a silencer, blows his brains out.
He's in the mountains.
I got you.
Yeah, it doesn't do any of that. It's sweet.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll end because we've already discussed the movie and we're an hour.
Sounds good.
But it's a sweet movie. I definitely, it's one of my favorite Cage movies.
Put it on your list.
this is my second this time watching it fully.
Where's your
But I
Nick
do
Cage
put it
scale?
on. I put it 8 on both lists. So it's right here.
Wow. Okay, there you go. Yeah.
I didn't plan when I do this. I look at this list on the left and I do it, and I do the right list. And I don't think about the other one, and it just happened to be number 8 on both.
Wow, pretty good.
But I do think Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent is a better movie because it was more fun.
Right.
I don't think it's a better made movie.
Right. Yes.
But I do think it's one of Cage's better roles.
Right.
So he does the ticks well, and he does it's kind of hard to be in control of ticks like that, and then you realize throughout the script, especially when you're shooting out of order, this scene I can't have any ticks. This scene I can have some ticks because I'm stopping, I'm learning the real lesson here. So you got to control the ticks that you're having, and that's got to be complicated.
Right. Yeah.
Shooting out of order. He does a really good job with it, and he doesn't freak out that much, except for you ever been dragged to the curb and be pissed blood?
I forgot about that. We need to bring that piss blood. Yeah, that's a good one. Forgot about that.
Yeah, but I really do enjoy this movie. When I saw it in the theater, I gave it an 8, and I'll stand by that 8.
Yeah, I agree. 8. It's a solid film. Love it. It's very good. I'll probably watch it again down the road just to watch it because I think it was on HBO Plus for HBO Max for a minute, and now I don't think it's on.
I have the Blu-ray.
Yeah, it's worth buying. I'd buy it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, you like I put the Cage movies behind me.
I was gonna say, wow, it's all nice and done now. Yeah, look at that.
I've been slowly doing that. I don't know if you've noticed. I put like this Quality Zone stuff back there.
Yeah, it's
bigger and bigger.
It's becoming a collector room.
Well, that's what I want to do. I want to put every show behind me.
Yeah,
but definitely check out Matchstick Men if you haven't. And for some reason you've watched this far. The end. Part of the reason I didn't rewatch it is because I remember the ending. So I was like, that's the ending.
Yeah.
But I watched it again this time, and I'm like, I'm picking up on little things here and there. But I knew everything that was going to happen, despite not having seen it in 20 years. So
right, yeah.
The movie still works. The movie's great.
Yeah, it's very good.
7.3 on IMDb. I think that's rather low.
Yeah.
130.
But 8s are higher end movies that like Dark Knight and those kinds of films. You get 8s.
Yeah. It's got
This is kind of under the radar movie.
It is, but it should be accessible. It's on Apple TV Plus. I had to go there.
Okay.
To watch it.
All right.
But it should be more accessible.
Even though you have it on Blu-ray.
Yeah. Well, I go out there and I'm not gonna throw a fucking Blu-ray in. Like I want to pull it.
No, that's stupid. Not stupid.
I'm paying money. I might as well.
I want to use it, god damn it.
Yeah. All right, let's get out of here. Until next time, which will be oh God, not in the Cage Cast. Episode 77 will be If Looks Could Kill versus No Retreat, No Surrender. That will be March 17th.
Oh no.
And in the meantime, I'm Phoenix West.
Dig the gut.
So long, Citizen. So long, Cage. So long, Sammy. Bye, Allison. Bruce McGill. He's still with us, right?
He's still alive.
Okay. Wasn't sure. He's at that age where you never know, Bruce McGill.
Yeah, well, he's up there, yeah.
Born in 50, so he's 73 now. Kudos to him.
Fantastic.
Bye.
Bye.
Do. Oh, closing credits.
No,
nobody going to save you. No matches, no sticks, no men, no carpet buying fake daughters. That's what it said.
That's good. It's very good. Nice inside the movie info in that.